14th, 2022. Here with the live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, our best bets are always our premium picks. I'd apologize for being late, but I would say, hey, we did what we could just to even get on today. Some days tougher than others, and we do the best that we can. And of course, on our YouTube channel, we bring it 110%. So I'm not sorry, but I am glad to be here. How about you, Chris?
100%. We always show up, regardless of rain or shine. It doesn't matter. We were here on the days where there were no sports. We were betting on Madden simulated football. If we're gonna be half an hour late, well, so be it. But still, lots of action today. Great card. I think it's just be happy we have that.
Rod, how you doing today?
It's a good Monday. Not a bad weekend. We're still here. So none of the games are going off in 5 minutes. So we got lots of time to bring you today's sports action.
All right. Well, got tons going on today. I haven't even had a chance to really go into the meat and potatoes. I put a pick up last night, but outside of that, I haven't really had much of a chance. We've got Monday Night Football tonight. We head to Philly, where the Eagles are still undefeated this season. A little bit of smoke and mirrors. Well, you guys want to talk about yesterday a little bit first? Well,
yeah,
a couple minutes. I thought there was a couple interesting things in yesterday. Obviously, the Vikings beating the Bills. I know it wasn't a popular pick of mine on the morning show, but sometimes my unpopular picks come through, sometimes they don't, and that was one that did. And I think the Bills are way overrated. I mean, the Dolphins beat them up in Miami when they played them. We saw Josh Allen take a physical beating once again yesterday. And that was the first – well, no, we've seen the Bills get worked a couple times on their defense. And Jefferson and Cook just had a field day on their ass. Chris, you see it any other way than that? I mean, we could talk about the plays and the endings and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But I think Cook and Jefferson, the stars – and, why the Vikings are a one-loss team. Now after all this, now we can officially say they're just a one-loss team. I think we saw why. Guy wears number 18, and the other guy wears number 4. The quarterback, he's just standing around and making less mistakes than he normally does. But number 4, 18, pretty much the story. What'd you think?
That might be. A lot of people are saying that Justin Jefferson grab was catch of the year. And I can definitely see how you make the case for that. And some people are going to say, oh, Josh Allen was banged up, didn't stop him from slinging the ball around the field, moving the ball with his feet. The Vikings just proved to be the better team. I think Jay said it yesterday. You don't bet against 1 p.m. Kirk Cousins but you bet against him when he's in prime time. And like I said, 1 p.m. Kirk Cousins showed out yesterday. There were a couple other results I kind of was scratching my head about. The Cowboys absolutely collapsing like a cheap lawn chair.
I don't see. I disagree about that Cowboys game. I thought it was the referees, man, just absolutely screwed them. I mean,
I know.
This is why I hate the NFL. Like, people ask, I love the NFL. And I'm always like, I can't stand the NFL because the worst calls are not reviewable and the worst non-calls are not reviewable. And that was that combination where they just said, no matter what you do, you're not going to win this game. And that it's just, I always say it in the nose, why bother? I mean, not a sore loser. I mean, I've won games, I lose games, and that's all part of betting and part of everything. But it's like, to sit there and have to watch a game that's settled that way is just, why did I waste my time? Why don't you just tell me who you got?
Just tell us beforehand. We don't waste it.
Save me the aggravation. I'll let you sell me the commercials. You can pump them into my email or something, whatever you need to do. But don't do that to me, Don't insult my intelligence.
Yeah.
What little of that I have to work with.
Stop it. No, but I think the other one was kind of, well, I shouldn't say overly surprising because maybe it wasn't a game that a ton of people were paying attention to, but that Detroit game where, Detroit, the offense showed up, the defense did what it normally does, gives up 30 points, but this is, again, Detroit doing Detroit things, just winning games by outscoring teams. And I don't know. I'll have to see where that leaves both teams going forward. I know both teams probably not going to make the playoffs, but again, it's interesting to see the direction.
That game should have went to overtime. Kicker missed an extra point. That's a tough way to lose a game. Whether your kicker missed an extra point. Otherwise, the Bears were right there in that game. They hung around and could have easily won that game. Just like the Vikings. They could have easily lost. They weren't. I'm not going to say give the Vikings it was the best game they played all season. Buffalo made quite a bit of mistakes. So did the Vikings. It wasn't the greatest game, but definitely Jefferson made some great catches at the right time. And just like I said, the refs totally. The only one that got me yesterday was that Dallas game with the fix. That was a totally pass interference. You can't tackle the guy before the ball's there. Not even close. Just handed it to him. There you go, Green Bay. Here's a win for you.
Yep, that's what they did.
Yep. Get drafted.
And like I said, I win games, I win games, I lose games. It's all part of it. But that's why I hate the NFL. You see it in all sports, and you see it even in college football these days. But you see it more in the NFL than anywhere else. It's terrible.
It's awful.
It's awful. No fun.
No.
That's what it's called, the No Fun League.
No bueno.
Speaking of no fun, we got the Commanders and the Eagles going on tonight. Chris, let's talk about the NFL.
I hate the NFL. Let's talk about the NFL.
I hate the NFL. We got a game today. Who we betting on?
Hey, man, it's Festivus Monday. It's the airing the grievances from the weekend.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I'm surly. It's Monday. I've been on a 2-hour conference call. I'm geared up and ready to go. I love the 2-hour conference call with no real resolution. Where it's kind of like, you're exactly, let's reconvene. It's like, I got another 2-hour conference call coming.
Wait a minute.
No.
It's like we just took three left turns to make a right or something like that.
And everybody else on the call is like, shit, I got to spend another 2 hours with this guy. You can always tell when I get deep into the conference call, like once I'm past like the 45-minute or point stuff, because the expletives are flying. It's like all decorum has gone out the window.
And all that. Just think that's like the perfect storm. You got all that happening with the proficient name caller of name callers. Oh man, but Commanders and Eagles. I like the Commanders and the points in this one. I just think this is going to be a division, rivalry game, like a tough, hard hitting game, and I think this is going to be just a lot closer than the line would indicate. There's no other real reason for backing it. I just think this to me looks like a 23-20, 21-17 kind of game. So I like the Commanders and the points in this one. They've been playing better with Taylor Heineke under center, so why not?
Rod?
And I like the under in this one. We see it in the first one. The Eagles flew out to a big giant lead, and then they just took their foot off the gas and cruised the rest of the way. Do we see the same thing again? I think might be a little closer. But I like the under better. I don't see a whole lot of scoring. We know these divisional games are always hard hitting and tight close. So I like the under in this one. I think points come at a premium.
Well, I had the Jazz last night against the Sixers, so the city of Philadelphia beating up on me at the sportsbook window continues on, man. It's like the Phillies got me all playoffs until the end. Then the Eagles have gotten me all season long, and now the Sixers, it's like I'm good with the Jazz. They're hanging in there, and Embiid puts 59 on me. It's like it's like there's nothing you can do about that. It's like that. It is what it is. But I like the under here as well. I think this one is a buckle up your chin strap. I think this is the type of game where if you have a quarterback that's the mobile QB like Hurts, I don't think it's a good night for a guy like that. Because this is going to be a very, very hard-hitting game. And normally those quarterbacks, we see it with Josh Allen, he does not look like the same guy anymore because he was running. He's like, oh, look at the way he leans forward. He's like a running back out there, whatever. Oh, yeah? He's getting. That's why the average career of an NFL running back is like 3 years, and it's like he's looking like that. I don't know if that injury's ever going to heal that he's got. He's got a bad one, real bad. I mean, you can't even take a snap in your own end zone. Bad. I always like the surprised look on the quarterback's face when a play like that happens. I feel like I'm auditioning for a Broadway play.
It's like you're one of those like novelty Sears like photo shoots. Like, okay, give me surprised. You just got caught sneaking into the cookie jar.
I liked my favorite part about the play was it wasn't like he was scrambling on the ground with the ball under him, squirting outside or anything like that. So there's kind of like that debate if the ball came out and if it was a fumble or any of those things. It's kind of like he's just standing there like. It's like he clearly doesn't have the ball. It's like he clearly never had the ball, right? It's like.
What's those 90s sitcoms where you'd be like, freeze, and then he takes a step out. I don't know what happened to me in this play call. I just looked down and the ball disappeared. Like,
I'll tell you, I've been to a game where we had it, where we thought we had it, and the players were dancing on the bench like that, and we lost, and nothing fun about it. Like, so Miami had an 11-year home winning streak, 59 in a row, playing Washington at home. Napoleon McCallum, Washington team. Warren Sapp, instead of electing to defer the choice, elects to kick. We have to kick off both halves because we've made our decision. Because you defer your choice to the second half, right?
Yeah.
Is the way that it works. But he didn't defer his choice. He chose to kick. And so we had to kick both halves. They got the choice the second half. They picked to receive, right? So we had to kick both halves. Anyways, we had him dead to rights. We had him beat, whatever. That Napoleon Kaufman, he goes off on us. I mean, in like the fourth quarter, we lose the game. We're dancing. Our guys are dancing. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, right? It was like, oh, man. It was like we were up big, and they came back on us, and the streak was over. It was crushing, Crushing. I know how those Buffalo fans felt yesterday. Nothing fun about that, to be at a stadium, to lose one like that. And then you see your star quarterback throw one to the other guy when I'm not even sure. Jay and I talked a little bit about it last night. He was so depressed on the show. It was not fun to be with depressed Jay. But certain things in the NFL, they always work. Run and defense, right? Running game defense always wins. Doesn't matter. The offense has changed the spread, the one back, the wishbone, all these things, right? It always comes down running game and defense, right? The other thing, throwing the ball late over the middle is always a disaster. And that's what we saw there.
Yep.
Anyways, I think we go under in this game. I think this is the type of game where the quarterbacks, you're going to want to get the ball out of your hand in a hurry. You're not going to want to run around with it. Chase Young playing? I think so. It makes it worse.
Is he back for this game? First game back?
I believe he is.
I think.
And he's pissed. He's like, I had to watch that Christian McCaffrey for 12 hours last night. Is there anything crappier than that? It's like, I'm telling you, I watched 90 Day Fiance, man. I had that on the small TV, that football game. Christian McCaffrey.
I watched Yellowstone. I'm hooked on that.
Nice.
It just came back. Season 5 started last night, so
never seen it. Never seen it. I've heard great things about it. I'm gonna have to binge it one day.
Yeah, you're gonna have to binge it. That's what we did. We heard great things about it, and then all of a sudden, when we had COVID, it was like binge watch everything.
Does Eagles still win? Is one of the questions. I don't think we gave this. I don't think anyone gave it to the Eagles in the entire of the panel. I don't think one person said Eagles. Said Beagles, but I did not say Eagles. It's like You ever go to like these places and like Vegas sometimes gets like this, like people my age acting like they're in college still. It's like nothing attractive about it. That's like I always call it going to the Eagles concert. Is what my wife and I have that term. You know, it's like you go to an Eagles concert, like everybody's my age, getting drunk, whooping it up like they're still in college. Nothing cool about it. You know, there's nothing cool about old drunk people. It's like nothing at all. It's like, I always, like if I see that, I always tell my wife, this is like the Eagles concert. The Eagles concert when I lived in Chicago and had to sit next to Ronnie Woo. Ronnie Woo Woo. Oh man, was that painful. Woo! You know Ronnie Woo Woo? Oh, you gotta Google Ronnie Woo Woo.
I don't know.
Woo!
Sounds like you'd be written.
Anyone who's ever lived in Chicago and who's ever been to a Cubs game knows Ronnie Woo Woo. Woo! Woo!
Is he related to Ric Flair?
No, it's the Woo Woo. Ronnie Woo Woo. All right, let's go to the NBA. It's fun doing the show late. The real fans are here. If you guys are wondering why we're late, it was Chris's fault. Oh, let's blame Ninos. He's not here. It was Al Ninos' fault. The reason we're late is because of Al Ninos.
I second that. Ninos.
We got the Pistons and the Raptors, the Magic against the Hornets, the Celtics against the Thunder Buddies for life, and the Heat against the Suns. I don't think the Suns have played in like 8 days. I haven't seen their name on the board in a while. Does it seem like the Suns have not played in a while? When's the last time they played? November 11th. So it has been a few days. Yeah. The Suns are well rested. Chris?
Yeah, these games. I like the over between Oklahoma City and Boston. I just think this is going to be a high scoring game. Two teams that have really started to find their offense lately. Oklahoma City dominating in the paint as of late. They're scoring almost 60 points per game in the paint this season. So I think this is just going to be like I said, just a high scoring game, higher than 228.5 would indicate. I think we're going to get closer to the high 230s, even 240s. So give me the over between Oklahoma City and Boston. And I'm going to take the Orlando Magic at home. You know, there's just nothing that I know the Hornets started to get Rozier and Ball back in the lineup, but the Orlando Magic, just keep winning games at home, and getting Ball and Rozier back didn't help the Hornets last time out. They got rung up by the Heat. So I'm going to take the Orlando Magic in this one at home. They just played their best ball there.
Rod, you sick of this Commander's nickname yet?
Definitely.
We should start our campaign for Eskimos.
Definitely.
So it's today's
right to Washington Eskimos.
Today's the 14th. I said I would have the rules up for the Become a Capper contest. I don't. I will. I will get those going. I don't know if I'll get it done today, but I will have them up. Rod and I. Do you have the rules from last year?
I'll dig around. I can find.
See if you have them, and then we could at least start.
I'll see if I have them. Yep.
We can start from there and then edit them. Because there's certain people specifically I'd like to mention that can't enter. Definitely that French guy is one of them.
Here's the do not enter list. See, if your name is on this list below, you are not allowed to enter.
That French guy. He's French Canadian, right?
Yeah.
I suspended Rod from the show. He called me out. He was abusive, man. Then he started his own thing on his Twitter account. I'm better than you anyway.
I wonder how that's going. How's that going?
I don't know. I'm sure he's still doing it.
Probably.
I don't know. We're only 1,800 subscribers away from our silver play button. How's that for someone who's old and crappy? You don't think we're going to whoop it up on that one? Well, you got another thing coming. 98,268.
Woo-woo!
You get a silver play button. You get a silver play button. I think I can order as many as I want. I'll take $3,500 worth. Put them all on the pick dogs.
You see Mitch rolling in bed instead of rolling in money. He's just rolling in the blood. Look at them all.
Oh, the squirrels are eating them.
Oh, woo! The squirrels are eating them. I don't know. Squirrels like play buttons.
No, it's my wife has got a piece of fruit from outside saying the squirrels.
Oh.
Pawn it, our silver play button. Put it on eBay.
It's like he's just walking around the house. It's like, the dog's got another play button. Darn it. It's like he's had this thing for all of 10 minutes. It's already ripped apart.
That's probably all it would take, too.
Yeah.
Anyways, in these ones, I'm looking at. I like the Heat here. I know the Suns are nice and rested here, and the Heat. But the Heat have been winning games. They've won their last. Starting to string things together. This Suns team on the road has not been good. Suns 8-21 ATS. Their last 29 meetings here versus the Heat. And they're on Mondays, they haven't been good. So they had the whole weekend off the party. I think they're still a hangover Monday for these Phoenix Suns. I like the Heat in that one. And I got to go with the Magic here. The Hornets are awful. 0-7 in their last 7 off of one day is rare. Great basketball at home. 8-1 ATS, their last 9 at home. I'll take the Magic in that one.
I'm not listening to Chris Ruffalo anymore. He lost his video pick on Colorado, Tennessee, so he knows absolutely nothing. They're the worst.
You lost one. How dare ye?
I don't know what I'm going to do with myself anymore.
Well, you could become a YouTube spammer.
Yeah, I could do that. Adult dating site.
Shh. Your club dogs pop up now. Watch.
It's okay. I'm keeping on. I'm floating over.
Ron's been off by one every day. It's like they're not parlays. It's like they're not parlays, man. It's like just because you parlay them doesn't make them parlays, man. It's like he's 4-1. As if he's off, he's doing 5 picks and he loses one. He's 4-1. It's not a parlay. Anyways, oh man. So maybe it's time for the Mitch retirement party. I like the Pistons against the Raptors for no reason whatsoever, and I like the Magic against the Hornets. The Hornets are terrible, man. I like the Thunder buddies. I think that the Celtics are just too much one-dimensional offense, no defense, and the Heat and the Suns just doesn't sound right. I'm just gonna pass on that. Heat and Suns. Isn't the sun hot? Heat comes from the sun. That's messed up, man. Those of you tuning in from Colorado, I hope you're on mushrooms. I hope. I'm so jealous. It's like I don't do anything, man. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything. But I'll tell you what, man. They legalized mushrooms. I'm in tomorrow. It's gonna be a different show. It's gonna be a way different show. The show is gonna take a different turn. That's for sure, man. What an awesome idea! It's like, well, weed's legal, drinking's legal. How about psychedelic mushrooms? Okay.
Twist my arm.
It's like that. It's like, oh, well, they're legal. Okay.
Huh? You don't say.
Really, I'm ready to move to Colorado, man.
So, Could I interest you in now that we're still talking about it? Can I interest you in Jason Tatum under 4.5 assists at plus 130?
What do you think? I'm on shrooms or something? It's like, great show. I think Mitch was shrooming, man. When I was a kid growing up in Miami, we used to skip school and go shrooming out in the cow fields. It's like what happened? It's like, I thought, why weren't you in school yesterday? Well, we got up and we were at the normal time we would normally catch the bus. We just went out to the cow fields, went shrooming instead, ate mushrooms all day. Would have been a tough day at school. And that's how you get thrown out of high school.
It's like, why is this cream of mushroom soup making me feel funny today?
I want mushrooms.
now it sounds fun. I want mushrooms.
Yeah, it's like I'll get a care package.
Well, you know what? I mean, the Christmas cookie list is coming.
So yeah, watch out those Christmas cookies. You never know what's in there.
Oh man, how many points are those?
They're freebies because if you put the mushrooms in there, you'll be zooming around anyway. So they're freebies.
Yeah, I have a saying, like a lot of different things. It's better on acid, but I tell you, it's shrooms. I mean, whose idea was that, man? It's like, let's legalize mushrooms. Okay, let's throw it on the ballot. It's like, of course it's gonna win. It's like, how can it not? It's like the first vote in the history of elections, like 100%. It's like, are you? It's like that's people use like the other candidates, like, and he's the one vote against shrooms. He was the one guy that voted against.
He's that guy. Yeah, that guy.
The Rockets and the Clippers, all Nuggets games. It's like, well, we should change their name. Psychedelic Shroomers. The Bucks against the Hawks and the Warriors against the Spurs. Maybe that's why Russell Wilson's so bad, but he's enjoying himself so much. Chris, what do you think of these games?
I'm still good.
It's my ball.
Yeah. Oh man. The only one I like here is I'm going to take the Milwaukee Bucks laying the 4 points. I know the Bucks have like a laundry list of injuries right now, but the one player that they need, Giannis, looks like he's going to go here. I'm seeing probable for Giannis in this game, and this is just a revenge game for Milwaukee. Atlanta handed them their first loss of the season in a blowout in Atlanta. Now you shift this back to Milwaukee, where the Bucks have played their best ball all season. Yeah, I got to take the Milwaukee Bucks here.
Only 52% voted in favor of the magic mushrooms. Surprising.
Huh.
Obviously, the 48% of the people have never tried it.
Never tried it.
But oddly enough, 100% of the people that have tried them voted yes. Rob, what do you got on these?
In these ones, you look at Golden State and the Spurs, and you look like their defense is awful and they're not going to play a whole lot of defense. Well, I'm going to go the other way. I like the under in this one. You look at the Spurs 10-2 to the under on Mondays. They're also 4-1 to the under of their last 5. And you look at these Warriors 4-1 on Mondays as well. They just missed going under last night. I would lean to the Spurs on that one, but I like the under as the better play. I think the under 233.5. Oh, see, it's dropped down to 232. Love the under in that play.
So retail sales are not permitted on the mushrooms. You have to grow them yourself. So just in case you were wondering, that regulated centers under the supervision of licensed facilitators. Oh, man. What are you going to do when you're done with all of this stuff? I think I might become a licensed facilitator. What do you think? Do you think it's like a sommelier course where you have to test them all?
You gotta try this one, try that one. You gotta try the blue meanies. You gotta try the button caps.
I always liked when I was eating acid. I always liked Lucky Charms. I was just big on the Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious. Anyways, hearts, clovers, diamonds.
It's the smiley face. It always had this big giant yellow happy face on it.
I grew up. I was raised on Sombrero Snoopy, so it was kind of like when I first saw Lucky Charms. I had this conversation with my friend John, who was visiting from Colorado, and like his girlfriend, you know, or his current girlfriend, like she had no idea about like, you know, what we were like growing up. I was like, remember that time we got 3 sheets of Snoopy Sombreros? I was like. She's like, that was a great year. It's like, that was the best summer ever. I don't remember it specifically. It was a great one. He was like, my wife does stuff. Don't listen to them.
You get gummies. You like candies? You can get mushrooms and gummies up here in Canada.
Really?
You just order them up, big bag of mushrooms, gummies. Oh yeah.
In Canada, they're
they come
legal?
mixed as a gummy, ready to go. Yeah, Coke bottle gummies.
Oh my god.
Watermelon gummies.
I could probably watch hockey on mushrooms.
Oh, for
On
God's
mushrooms. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what. I don't want to blow her cover, but that's what my fiance does. She orders them. There's just like a certain way you have to go around it. Like it has to be like labeled something. Like there's just like a different label it has to have. But yeah,
Just tell you don't put the name of the company on your when you put your little notice when you go buy them.
Yeah.
Don't say I'm ordering mushrooms.
Yeah.
Do it on the down low, and then they'll just send them to you. They have no problem. It won't be long, and they'll be legal.
Good. This show will definitely take a different turn when that happens. Go to the NHL. It's better on mushrooms. Ottawa.
Can you imagine that's their new slogan for the league?
Well, I always say that about it. So like
better on mushrooms.
My wife and I went to Boston, and like I took her to like a bunch of places that I used to go to when I lived in Boston. One of them was the bird sanctuary, and she's like, "This is not fun. There's really nothing going on." I'm like, "It's way better on acid." It's like, it is. Got Ottawa versus the Islanders. Calgary. I'm so done with those guys. It'd take more than mushrooms to get me on Calgary against the LA Kings. Chicago Blackhawks versus the Hurricane. And the Avalanche against the Blues. Avalanche, they in position to repeat? I mean, hockey's a repeat sport. It used to be.
Oh yeah, they still have the guys they're in position to repeat.
Is Joe Sakic still running the show there?
I think he is.
They love him.
I believe so, yeah.
They love him. It's like normally most players hate management and stuff. They love that guy.
The only question mark.
One of the good guys.
Only question mark I have for Colorado is the goaltending. I think
whatever happened to Steve Yzerman?
He's with Tampa Bay.
Is he?
Yeah, GM of Tampa Bay.
He's the reason why Tampa was winning the Cups.
He like when I did watch hockey, he had like a really cool shot where he'd be facing one way and he'd kind of like slide around, right? Like this weird turnaround shot that he did. Man, he's good at it. It's like, whoa. I went to a Rangers game. He just lit him up, you know? Anyways, speaking of mushrooms, who do you like in this set, Chris?
Oh, the couple I like here. I'm going to take the LA Kings and the plus money. Like you said, I would need a bushel of mushrooms to take the Calgary Flames here and even tolerate it. The Calgary Flames have won a couple games lately, but the Kings to me are just a better team. They're where the value is. They usually play better on the road as it is going back to last season. So I'll take the Kings and the plus money there, and I'll take Carolina to win in regulation. I might even have to take them on the puck line, whichever you want to do, but I think Carolina wins this one rather easily against the Blackhawks. Blackhawks, been just back to struggling, and the only wins they've been getting lately are against an LA team that they've had success against, and the Anaheim Ducks. The Hurricanes just really good on the road. I think the Canes get the job done. So give me the Canes in this one.
Rod?
I like the under in that Kings Flames game. For some reason, they just trend to the under. I think the last 4 have been all 3-2 games. I don't think that changes. I think the under in the Calgary game, and we're definitely rooting for the Kings in that one. So I'd like to see 3-2 Kings. And and I like the over in Carolina and Chicago. Both teams can light the lamp. More on one side than the other for the Canes, but either way, we get over the total of 6. And I'm going to take a shot here with the Blues. Blues have won a couple. They don't win 1, they don't win 2, they win 3 usually in a row. So I think they got a shot to get their 3rd win in a row. I think with the Blues over the Avs in this one. Good value in that one.
Taking the Kings against the Flames because they can. Taking the Islanders. Senators have lost 7 in a row in this spot. Home as a home dog. You know how I learned that? Betting tools. Betting tools. Go to college hoops. Chris and I not sleeping anymore. I'll see you in April. Got 15 of these to do today. I think I have a new system for these. So at least I think I might have something figured out where it's like I have 3 hours of torture during the day, and then I shoot my videos, and then I torture myself for only an hour. If one of you buys me Bobbix, I'll bet him. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. No idea. Anyways, college hoops, Boston College against Maine, UMBC Princeton, Georgia, Miami of Ohio. You ever do videos like, Chris, do you use any kind of script or notes on your videos, or you just wing it like I do?
I just wing it.
You ever say something in the video and then you realize you said something like you didn't want to say, and like you don't feel like going back and doing the whole video, so you just correct yourself?
I sometimes do, but then there's sometimes where it's like it just spirals out of control, and then I'm like, "Oh crap!" Now I'm not making sense. Then I stopped.
So I did the Georgia, Miami, Ohio video, right? And so is this guy on YouTube or is this on Twitch?
I don't see it in the YouTube.
So he's on Twitch.
Yeah, probably.
I wonder if I could block. I don't even know how to use Twitch. I don't really care. Twitch isn't really all that relevant. But, yeah, he must be on Twitch. Anyways. Can you see it? Can you see this idiot?
No.
I can see him now, yeah.
Are you on Twitch?
No, I'm not on Twitch. I don't even know how we would. Is that where he is?
Yep.
Oh, yikes.
I believe so.
Yeah, because he's not on YouTube.
Get him. Oh, shoot. Anyways, I was doing the Georgia, Miami of Ohio video, and I say in the video, I go, well, Georgia hasn't really had any star players recently. And then I'm like, well, I guess they had Contavious Caldwell-Pope. And I guess Edwards. I guess they had Edwards. Well, maybe they did have some good players. It's like, I'm doing the video, I'm like, well, they haven't really had a lot of, because they got Mike White takes over, as the head coach from Florida. Yeah. As Georgia, I'm like, yeah, they didn't really have any real good players recently. I'm like, well, they did have Contavious Caldwell-Pope and Edwards. And Edwards.
See, if that was me, I would have basically said to myself, no, wait a minute, they had Anthony Edwards, and I would have blurted out an obscenity and then hit the stop button.
Right.
And it's gotten to the point now where my fiance will come in after I'm done recording. She'll be like, "So you got any outtakes for me?" Be like, "What? Like you're expecting a blooper reel every day?"
Oh man, I hate this Twitch. Anyways, how do you block someone on Twitch? I don't know. Anyone how to block someone on Twitch? Maybe it's this report. Let's see.
Click on the chat icon on the right side of the screen, and then click on the username you want to block.
Click on the chat icon.
And then it says click on the username you want to block. Open their profile. Click on the 3 dots on the bottom right of the screen.
Okay.
And then it should give you an option. Click on the block, and then
it says report.
Block. So, oh, there's no block.
I don't know. It's got to be a way. Oh, I know what I got to do. I got to go to our stream. Anyways, I'll figure this out. It says, Rod, you mama. Yo, mama. I did your ass. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Definitely not good.
Yes. On Twitch. Of all places. Well, not a good day on Twitch for Rod. It is Surly Mondays. Chris, any of these college hoops that you like? Florida State, Troy, Florida, FAU, Minnesota, DePaul. Any of these things?
I guess I'll go up to the 7 o'clocks. I like Western Illinois plus the points against UCF. This Western Illinois team can score, and UCF hadn't been all that convincing offensively in the first couple of games. I just think that 14 and a half, too many. I like the value with Western Illinois and the points in that one. I also like Hofstra laying the points against George Washington, or maybe I like the over a little bit better in that one. I just think this is going to be a high-scoring game, and I think Hofstra are going to end up on the right side of the line. Maybe not by much. I think it's an 84-76 kind of game, sort of where I capped it at, but either way, I like the over in that one. And give me Troy plus the points against Florida State. The Seminoles haven't looked good in their first couple of games. Granted, Troy hasn't played anybody, but again, this is more of a fade of Florida State than anything else. So give me Troy plus the points in that one.
Boy, that was brutal to block this idiot. You did your ass, Rod. How's he feeling? Says it right here.
Sore. Really sore.
I did your sister, too. Ask her, call her up.
No, I'm not calling her up. I don't care what she did with her.
Those Twitchers. Account created 18 hours ago.
Just someone who's done nothing better to do. Wow. Games I like Lafayette plus the points here against St. Joe's. They haven't won a game, but they've been covering spreads. So I don't see St. Joe's trying to blow a team out and winning by 11 points. So I'll take Lafayette. 10.5 in that one. I think they keep it close with St. Joe's. And I agree. I like Hofstra as well. Been riding Hofstra, and they've looked good to start the year. Their offense is playing lights out, and I think they can easily get a 10-point win over George Washington. So take Hofstra, lay the points.
The Pride. The pride of
2 out.
Hofstra. They're the pride and joy of Hofstra. I like, who was I saying I like here? I like Florida State against Troy. I think Florida State takes it out on them. We know they've had some problems, but I think they get it done here. I like Liberty against NC Central. I like Charleston against Richmond. That line is inverted. 7.5 points since Mitch put out his video picking Charleston. Yep, 7.5, Rod.
7.5.
7.5, a touchdown in the hook. I told everyone the Bills are overrated. David Gamboian. I told everyone. He told everyone. All right.
I don't know. I heard they say that too.
No, David Gamboian told everyone.
Right.
Everyone, Rod. There was not a stone left unturned. He told everyone.
Who?
You're one of the 48% that voted against, aren't you?
You're a 48%er.
You asshole. It's destroyed our whole shrooming experience. It's like, people are like, man, you guys should run the show an hour later every day.
That's a downer. David Gamboa, Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
No good.
I told everyone David Gamboian told everyone. George Washington's not good. I'm with Rod on that one. Oh, Stetson money line against the Bulls. Also. Money line. They beat Florida State. I think they beat South Florida too, who's lost 7 in a row at home outright. The Hatters. The Hatters. Let's get into some of these later games. Drake against Wofford. Wofford sucks this year. They got whooped by High Point. Houston against Oral Roberts. Max Abmas back for season 16 at Oral Roberts. Lipscomb against Belmont. Only 2.5, the line on that thing. Who did Belmont lose to?
Furman.
Whoa.
Yeah, by 15.
15. Iona sucks. Hookers and blow will do that to you, Jacob. It'll wear you down in a hurry. I wouldn't know. Don't be part of that 48%. Virginia versus Northern
Be a
Iowa.
48%er.
I want to know who those people are. I need names. I need names. If you're in Colorado and you're part of that 48%, you tell us how you got there. I don't see it. There's two sides to every argument except for that one. I don't see it. We'll discount everything you ever say again. Virginia versus Northern Iowa. I like Northern Iowa in that one, plus the points.
Game's canceled.
The game got canceled.
Why?
There was a shooting at UVA's campus.
Oh, man.
3 football players killed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's terrible. That's bullshit, man. Someone suck. I mean, these people suck.
It said it was a former player.
Really?
Yeah, a freshman running back from 2018. Don't know what he has to do with it now, but that was what was reported.
What was the guy's name from Pet Detective? The kicker?
Ray Finkel?
Yes. Any relation to Ray Finkel? I get it too early.
Yeah.
I that's terrible. It's terrible. All right. Well, we don't like Northern Iowa then. Utah against Idaho State. Texas Tech against Louisiana Tech. TCU against Northwestern State. UIC versus Jacksonville State. Baylor versus Northern Colorado. Chicago State versus Iwapui. battle of 0-2. Someone's O's got to go. Penn State against Butler, 4-point line drop. Colorado State against Weber State. Creighton versus Holy Cross. Illinois versus Monmouth. Utah State versus Santa Clara, the Bronx. UCLA against Norfolk State. I like Norfolk State in that one. Plus the points. And Hawaii versus Yale. We missed the Maine Fort Kent Bryant tip-off. Maine Fort Kent. That's where Rod went. He did only so he could say it. Yes, I went to Maine Fort Kent. Before he got his teeth back. Yes, I went to Maine Fort Kent. It's better without the teeth.
Right.
That was definitely my best bit of last year. Don't worry, Rod, you'll wake up. Rod going in for his surgery. He's like, I'm nervous. I'm like, don't worry, you'll wake up.
He's like, don't be nervous.
Like, that's not what I was nervous about. I forgot all about that bit. That was a good one.
Oh.
That was the best bit ever. He's like, I'm nervous. I'm like, don't worry, you'll wake up. He's like, that wasn't what I was nervous about. Oh, man. All right, Chris, what do you got in the slot, man?
Oh, man. There's a couple I like here. Oh, man. The Ray Finkel comments in the YouTube chat are still getting to me. I do like Drake here laying the big number against Wofford. Like you said, Wofford. This is just not a good Wofford team this year. You know, they lost a ton of talent. You know, I think they lost 6 of their top players from last year. They had 6 transfers coming in. All of their scholarship players were freshmen. So this is going to be a growing pains year for Wofford and Drake. I think this is a team that could win the Missouri Valley this year. So I like Drake a lot in that one. I also like the under between Air Force and Texas A&M Commerce. I got burned with the Air Force under last time, but I think this is where we have an under come in. I think it's the first to 65 wins this game. Probably Air Force does too. So I like the Air Force Texas A&M Commerce under. And there's one other one I liked. I like Colorado State laying the points against Weber State. For me, this just isn't a good Weber State team this year. Colorado State, they missed David Roddy, but they brought in a nice D2 transfer in Patrick Cartier, and I think he's going to be the new double-double machine for the Rams. I think Nico Medved's got the better team here, so I got to go with that Colorado State by double digits.
Rod.
And I like
Christian.
I like the Flashes here. Give me the Kent State Flashes over the Pilots. Pilots, after scoring 90 points in a previous game, 3-18-1 ATS the following 22 games after that. So I like the Flashes at home. Solid at home. 8-1-1 their last 10 ATS. Flashes get the win and cover in that one. And the other one, I agree. You got to go with Drake here. Wofford, awful in their last 4. 0-4 ATS. Not good. Drake wins by 30 in that one. And scrolling down, I like TCU over Northwestern State here. I think they pound Northwestern State in that one. I know Northwestern's 2-0 ATS, but against who? I like TCU in that one. They pound them, beat them up. And then I also like Baylor to beat up on Northern Colorado. I think they win by 30 plus in that one. And the last one, I like the under between Iapui and Chicago State. Both the offenses are abysmal. Barely scoring one. The Jaguars didn't even score 50 last time out, and Chicago barely. They got 61 last game. I like the under in that one. Was it 130? Yeah, this is like the first of 50 wins that one. Take the under. Iapui, Chicago State.
I know that Holy Cross didn't beat Dean University, but I don't think that really it's going to help them too much tonight against Creighton, at Creighton. We know Dean is tough. It took a 41-38 effort across to get across the board there against them. But I look for Creighton to be one of those teams that just gets better every single game. Expecting there. I like Santa Clara against Utah State. I think Utah State has nothing this year. I'll say they have nothing. Well, they must have something. No, nothing.
You can't hit the M button and redo that.
Nothing.
Let me see what they've got. Hold on.
I told David Gamboian Utah State had nothing. Get Gamboian on the phone. Where the hell's Gamboian? It's a Gamboian movement. They have nothing. Oh, they kind of... What? That!
Enough!
The show is about nothing. Nothing. Well, they got nothing happens. Well, something must happen. Nothing happens. They got nothing. I'll have to look into this Butler Penn State. Chris, what do you know about this game?
I saw people commenting on the video saying it looks like an over game because Penn State, they broke the record in back-to-back games for the most three-pointers made in a game, and Butler had 89 against New Orleans. But I've watched enough Butler and Penn State games to know that kind of stuff doesn't usually happen all that often. I think the total was around the mid 140s. I think it's the first to 70 wins that game. I think it's just a low scoring battle. So I was liking the under in that one. So that was where I was at with it.
So is Monmouth that crappy, or did they just play a really tough schedule?
Well, they lost Marcus Hammond. I remember that. He was putting up like 19 points a game, and then they lost a lot of players. And I mean, this was a Monmouth team that didn't last year. I don't think they it's not like the Monmouth team that you would always see go and play Duke and they would give them a run because they would hit all these threes and the bench would be going crazy. This is a Monmouth team that sometimes had to win with defense last year. They weren't scoring a ton of points. And I mean, look at their first two games. You know, they got stifled by Virginia, a good defensive team, and then a Seton Hall team that, you know, Shaheen Holloway is head coach, and look what he did with St. Peter's last year. He turned him into a defensive power in the MAC. So I think it's both. I think it's just level of competition and Monmouth just not having that many players.
I need to know who's in that 48%. I'm not mad.
I'm disappointed.
I'm not mad. I just need to know. It's not a witch hunt. We're just trying to find out your reasoning. Did you know 48% of the people voted against Magic Mushroom?
Not mad. You need to figure out why your head's up your ass.
Gotta be crazy. It's like we care less about any of the political races. It's like the 48% that voted against Magic Mushrooms. Now that we care about. All right, parlay time. Maybe we should do the show at this time. We have a lot more more viewers than I think we normally do, right? A couple more. I don't know. I don't like doing it this late, but we could. I don't know. We'll try it. We'll try some different times. What time does Wager Turd do their show? Let's go right up against them.
When does the big shit go on?
Wager Turd. Sven Burns signs with Wager Turd.
All right. My parlay, I'm gonna go all money line. For my parlay, I'm gonna go all money line. I'm gonna go Stetson money line, Yale money line, Lipscomb money line.
4 p.m. they're on. Wow, that's late. We could do. We could just sit around and eat oatmeal and not say a word. You know what I've been getting into? The chicken burger like just ground chicken breast.
Oh, okay.
So listen to this, Rod. I take the ground chicken burger, I put on an English muffin, right? Coleman spicy mustard underneath it, hot sauce on top, and then a roasted poblano chili pepper.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That sounds good.
Yeah. It's a nice sandwich. I've been eating it
That's
for
a
lunch
nice
every day.
sandwich, yeah.
That's why I'm such a good mood these days. That and the 52% win percentage there. The 52% that put us over the top.
To get us mushrooms.
Yeah. I've been working the grill.
You can go from being good to dry in like no time.
Oh no, you got to watch it like a hawk out there. You know?
Yeah, because it'll go all of a sudden you're like, it's dry now. This is no good. Even the dog won't eat this. Parlay, we're gonna go. Kings on the money line. We're gonna take Kent State, lay the points. Drake, lay the points. Parlay those three up.
What about the Bills? Because Gamboian told everyone.
Because he told everybody, right?
Everyone.
And if your book will let you take the bike,
I'm gonna go knock on my neighbor's door and see. Hear about the Bills? He's like, Gamboian told everyone. It's like, I'll go to the other neighbor. Bills? Do you happen to know David Gamboian? Told everyone. Did we do a parlay? We're not. You did one.
I did mine. Yeah.
All right. I want whoever's playing Calgary. I think it's the Kings, the under in the football game, and I'll take. Let's see. Got to do a college hoops here. Oh, Eastern Washington minus the 19 against Mississippi Valley State. Why not? Eastern Washington 0-3 on the season. It's their time. Wow, 71-51 to Hawaii, 74-60 to Yale. It's been ugly, but today's their day. The Delta Devils. All right, thanks everyone for joining us for Surly Monday. Better late than never, and just keep your ear to the grindstone. Is that what they say? Ear to the
nose to the grindstone.
Nose to the grindstone. Ear to the what?
Pavement.
Ear to the pavement for the next words of wisdom from Gamboian. Don't be one of the 48%. See you tomorrow.